Now on BBC One, how a struggling football club in Northumberland attracted the attention of one of the world's richest men. You couldn't make it up.
Welfare Park, home of the Bedlington Terriers. They're on a losing streak.
Half-time, it's been a kill.
We need a lift, lads, because if you don't, we'll be coming in here and we'll be 2-0 down. Right, I'm not bothered about this being here, because this has been bottling up for week and a week, right?
Instead of playing like terriers, we're playing like pussycats. They got no pride out there.
Bloody rubbish. To be quite honest, it's time there was big changes.
Welcome to the Bedlington Terriers, 5th in the Northern League, 8 divisions below the Premiership. More mongrel than pedigree. They're struggling on the field and off.
Every Northern League team is just scraping along the bones of their backside. We all are. We're all constantly looking for sponsorship. And it's a really poor night. You don't get too many in. You often don't even cover enough to pay the officials. Never mind the lights, never mind the players' expenses.
The players have all got other jobs, and the club is run by a hard core of volunteers.
Take a stud, honestly, that would take a stud, look. That'll take a stud, no problem at all.
All right, I'll tip exit out. Somebody's half-inched me Tipex.
What the Terriers need is a miracle. And his name is Mr. Rich.
You really
Bob Rich Jr. is head of a global food empire based in America. He owns 3 baseball teams and travels the world by private jet. His arrival is causing a stir.
Nice to meet you too.
Bob is worth $2 billion by the Forbes calculations, which makes him one of the top 600 wealthiest people on Earth. And in the top 200 in the United States.
And he's fallen in love with Bedlington.
It's insane. It's insane.
I called David Holmes and he said, we'd love to have you sponsor the team. When I first called David Holmes and introduced myself, told him who I was, and told him we wanted to sponsor the team, there was a great pause at the other end of the line. I think he thought we were joking. I think it looks pretty darn good.
When I first took the call from Bob, it caught us obviously by surprise. You don't expect to take a phone call at 8:30 in the evening from an American guy saying that he was Lord Bedlington.
And I didn't believe it. I thought it was the guys up the road in Ashton or somewhere else being mischievous. This guy, this rich American, you know, oh, come on.
A man called Rich from America, it doesn't happen. This, you know, what is happening to Bedlington Terriers, it's a fairy tale. It doesn't happen in real life.
So, my first look at Bedlington.
Bob could have bought a big, he's got the money to buy Aston Villa or some other large Premiership team, but he has a good track record with taking small things and growing them. It's very much what he did with the baseball team in Buffalo. It's also very much what he did with Rich Food Products.
Looking for a worldwide partnership?
Absolutely not.
When we came over, people said, what are you, some kind of sugar daddy? I didn't even know what that meant. And then somebody said, oh, you're a tycoon. I thought that was a weather condition. I wasn't sure what it meant, but we are not in this for the money. Your history's so much older than the U.S.
Yeah.
I'm British by ancestry, and found out that I had a relative who was a Lord of Bedlington many years ago. So my wife surprised me for Christmas and secured the title.
This is Lord Bedlington.
Nice to see you. And I said, well, now I better do something to act lordly. So I've studied a lot about Bedlington, and found out that the Bedlington Terriers football team in the Northern League needed a shirt sponsor.
What's your name?
Reese.
Reese and Bob.
Hello, Bob.
Nice to meet you. How'd school go today? Tell the truth.
Quite rubbish.
You're an honest man. Good to see you guys. I see you out at the ballpark. I see you at the pitch.
Okay.
Okay.
When's the next match on?
That would
Next
be
Tuesday.
next Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Or Wednesday.
I'll see you there.
Okay, I'll see you there.
You're bitten by the Terriers. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but you're bitten by the Terriers. It just gets into you, it gets under your skin, and you just live for the Terriers.
Get your pitch dried out.
I think Bob Rich has been well and truly bitten by the Terriers, definitely, yes.
Hi, I'm Bob Rich. Nice to meet you. How are
The
you?
people are so great. They remind me of my friends back in Buffalo. The community of Bedlington has struggled. They've lost their mining here, just like we lost steel milling in Buffalo. And they have great courage in spite of these issues.
Bob could be anywhere in the world, but he's chosen to spend his 70th birthday in an Italian restaurant on Front Street,
That's me.
Bedlington.
Well, believe me, I had a lot of options. But why not come and spend my birthday with new friends?
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Go Terriers. Woof, woof. This should be interesting.
To round the party off in style, Bob and Dave go to Whitley Bay, where the Terriers hope to demolish their local rivals.
Somebody said that the lads might be a little nervous because they're not used to royalty in this.
At the minute, 2-0 down. So, possibly 3-0. Oh dear.
The Terriers go down with a whimper, 3-0.
So you can see what good luck I brought this side tonight.
I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad.
Even billionaires need to get away from it all. Bob and his wife Mindy are on a fly fishing holiday in
I
Hampshire.
wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine.
Howard, how's fishing been this year? Fishing's a great escape, a chance to be alone on the stream and really collect my thoughts. I like either being alone or surrounded by a herd of friendly cows.
It's rodeo time.
Oh, he took it.
And despite their tame performance, Bob has fallen for the Terriers, hook, line and sinker.
Beautiful. Nice brown trout.
Now he plans to fly the whole club over to his hometown of Buffalo on an all-expenses-paid trip they'll never forget.
I think that the team is going to have a trip of a lifetime. There's another purpose to this trip, and I think that's very important too. It's to share knowledge so that the people who are involved with the Bedlington Terriers Football Club can come back and help build their business by building their fan base. And at the end of the day, that's going to be what determines the ultimate success of this trip. It's how they're able to make this team self-sustaining so they don't need a big brother, a fairy godfather, whatever I'm being called.
If you've eaten in a McDonald's, you've eaten a rich food product. If you've eaten at the Palm here in New York, which is one of the great restaurants, and ordered the cheesecake, you've also had a rich food product. He's pretty much built a bomb-proof company.
Well, this is our 15 minutes, isn't it? That's the bottom line. This is our opportunity to put Bedlington on the map.
The story splashed across the front page of the New York Times and Hollywood comes calling. Negotiations start for the film rights and work on the screenplay is underway.
It's a bit surreal, yeah. The New York Times came over and was interviewing a few of the lads. I'm a little bit worried about the casting for some of the lads.
And already the lads have started picking characters for one another, which has obviously been the good banter side of it. We're picking Shrek to play the centre forward and this one and that one, so it's been good.
But there's no Hollywood ending to the season. The Terriers limp in 9th place. Work immediately starts on improving the pitch. Bob Rich contributes £20,000 to the cost. A vast scoreboard shipped from America is also being installed. Bob picks up the £100,000 tab. He's also sponsoring next season's strips at a cost of 10 grand. The club is buzzing about the trip to Buffalo, but not everyone can go.
Unfortunately, I'm out of work at the moment. If I go, I lose a fortnight's benefits. Who knows how I'm going to feel at the time? I won't know until it happens, but it won't be the first time in life that I've been able to do something I've really wanted to do, and I don't suppose it'll be the last.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for anybody. This is unique. I don't think as any non-league team at our level has had a level of interest from somebody as so high profile and of the status of Bob.
Only in America can a guy from anywhere
The Terriers are heading across the Atlantic.
and wake up a millionaire. Only in America can a kid without a cent get a break and maybe grow up to be president.
Got the bar ready for you guys.
Higher, 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 higher.
After 24 hours on the road, the lads are ready for an early night.
Does he look like a boat? It's new fashion.
Can he get in with him on? Anywhere you want.
There's a few of us went out into the town, and the locals in the town were fantastic.
What's wrong with you, mate?
Welcome to Buffalo!
I like you guys already.
I think when you have one drink, it leads to 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, 6, 7.
First night, 10 days to go. Happy days. Happy days.
At the bottom for 10.
22, 23.
Keep going, up to 50.
It's not the best way to start the first training session on American soil, with a raging hangover.
Felt rough at the beginning, headache. Got the warm up, but once I get a sweat on, the bee's out of us now.
Okay, what we were saying last night, right, let's put it in, all right? Keep the ball.
In just 4 days, they play local soccer team FC Buffalo for the first ever Lord Bedlington Cup. It'll be a high-profile match, a chance to impress the American crowd and their sponsor, who's turned up to watch them practice.
Thanks, hey, buddy boy. Junior, you all right? Yeah. How you feel?
The lad's become like a son to me. Tell the truth.
I know, Dad, I know.
But they haven't woken up to just how big the game will be. When they visit the headquarters of Rich Products Limited, Bob's huge factory on the outskirts of town, the penny finally drops.
You guys coming in or
Yes,
what?
we will.
All right.
We just assumed it was a bog standard tour of the facility.
It's like the Mediterranean village in the Metro Centre. Unbelievable.
I walked through the building and the roof just came down. Hundreds of people chanting, singing. It's unbelievable. Wow.
Bedlington! 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 Bedlington!
Emotionally, I'm just sitting there with a lump in my throat and tears in my eyes. I mean, nobody will ever believe that.
This is our normal reception on a Saturday, by the way. We're used to this. We're used to this. Honestly, amazing. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Absolute fantastic. Hope everybody comes to the game. Hope you all come for a drink afterwards, because Bob's buying. And we're going to win the cup for you. Promise.
Take one last hard look at the Lord Bedlington Cup. We will see it again when we award it to our winner, Mr. Brown.
Sal, bye.
Bob even lets the Terriers loose in his office, the hub of a multi-billion-dollar empire.
I wanted these guys to see my office so they could see where I'm watching the games from. And I thought, bring the lads up here. What's the worst that can happen? I found out they broke my chair.
I don't really know if there's such thing as a normal billionaire, but I mean, he would be as close as I've seen. Most of these guys don't really walk on the same earth that the rest of us walk on. I mean, the rich really are different from you and I. He's not. He's a very normal guy.
The Terriers are the talk of the town. Everywhere they go, the players, floor layers, teachers and builders are treated like celebrities.
Buffalo's getting a real kick out of the Bedlington Terriers.
From what I've heard, there's a soccer team coming in from the Europe area.
So we're excited they're coming here to publicize soccer in our area. We love soccer here.
I'm just saying I'm so excited.
I share with you my story. Would you share your dollar with me?
There's somebody out there who cares, and when somebody cares about you, you kind of want to give them something back. It's a fairy tale.
Like Bedlington, Buffalo has seen better days. Painful reminders of its steel milling heyday are there for all to see.
Obviously, one of the things that we've chatted about is the demise of the coal mining industry in our country. And
Bob and Dave take a walk downtown.
You know, how you cope with the loss of the steel industry and what effect that's really had on the city.
This is something that nobody ever saw coming. Nobody would ever have believed that the mines, or in our case the mills, would have closed. So this was a total devastation for this area, and people left with, in many cases, that's all they knew was steel milling. So they had to be retrained, and that was a painful thing, and a lot of people left. This is my town, this is where I grew up, and so I'm in it for life. It's we've made it clear. We get a lot of attractive offers to leave Buffalo and to move to other states for all kinds of incentives. But this is about your hometown.
Bob owns Buffalo's hometown baseball team, the Bisons, and 2 other minor league clubs. He's rejuvenated the once dying ballparks, and Dave's keen to learn how American razzmatazz could put bums on seats back in Bedlington.
Yeah. Do you keep all the gate money from the home games, or do you have to share it?
No, we keep all.
Dave wants to wring every last drop from his fact-finding mission.
Related event.
And they all fetch in revenues. Yeah?
Correct.
I'm determined Bedlington Terriers are going to shake off the stereotypical image of football at our level, basically, because there's no future in that, I don't think. And that's exactly how we're going to approach all of this, So it may be corny and it may annoy the traditionalists and what have you, but they're the guys that are stuck in the dark ages as far as I'm concerned. The whole atmosphere in the ground tonight is absolutely poles apart from Bedlington Terriers, so just the buzz, and everybody enjoying it, and the amount of kids that are in here, that's the main thing that strikes you,
Everybody clap your hands.
If we don't change, on the rocky road to oblivion, basically, so we must change.
It really is absolutely superb and wonderful entertainment, and exactly what I'm looking for.
after days of hype, the day of the big game is here.
Hope the bus is still in. It's still in it.
The pressure's on, but the Terriers are lapping it up.
There's a lot riding on this game. That's why we've came over here to beat these. Everyone's prepared, everyone's up for it, everyone's confident.
Pride's involved, and when you win a game, you celebrate more. And to win the game today, I mean, we'll have a great night tonight.
Oh, I'm alright at the minute. A little bit sweaty palms, a little bit spread.
We're gonna get it on today, trust me. Trust me, it's our time. FC Buffalo.
The win would be nice, but I mean, the Terriers are pretty strong, so we're just hoping for something good that all the fans can enjoy and everybody can really have a good time with.
Listen in. It's important that we start the way we finish.
Well, you can see who I'm rooting for, but...
Oh, hey, I'll go for England today.
We drive them in and we're going to attack the ball. We'll pick the pieces up. First off, we're just trying to get them with the pace with the young lads, trying to put a foot in, let them know that we're there.
We're really trying to get soccer going here, trying to get more people involved, get more people excited about it, so win here would be huge.
Puerto Rico.
Another opportunity here for FC Buffalo in blue. They're moving in. Long shot, and they score!
They got sloppy on that breakout.
Bob Rich can fix most things, but he can't fix the score. The Terriers are down 2-0 at half-time.
To be honest, we got a big shock because these guys were physical, were fit, were strong, well organised. And, you know, we weren't really mentally prepared.
Just when things can't get any worse, they do. Captain Stuart Elliott is sent off.
I let everybody down. I let everybody down big time. Bob got my mobile number, phoned me, and I apologised to him. I said, I apologise for getting sent off. And he told me off, and he said, don't you ever say sorry to me again.
Chrissy! Hey, just calm it down. Hey, don't get involved. Come on.
Here comes FC Buffalo again. Nice move, shot, and they...
Very disappointed, haven't turned up. I haven't done ourselves justice at all.
The Terriers are played off the park. Final score, 5-1. Hardly the fairy tale ending.
5-0 by the Americans, that's pretty bad. I'm just glad the game's over. The drum was making me nuts.
Well, the boys, good shot.
Just really, really disappointed. The reception we had earlier on at Richards was unbelievable, and it's just a bit of a shame. It hurts, but we'll get over it, and we'll get back to training and start for the new season.
They've done their best, but it wasn't good enough. So no, we certainly won't ruin the trip. We'll be fine, and certainly Bob's, told with it. That's the case. We've got to keep our chins up and just get on with it, and we'll be there for them.
They love you here in Buffalo. You guys are great.
The defeat is overwhelming, but with only a few days left in America, it doesn't dampen their spirits for long.
Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Bob's determined the Terriers leave on a high, so he throws open his lakeside summer home for a party they'll never forget.
Good. Come on, get in there and have some fun. Get a good sunburn going.
Thank you.
You Brits are all so pasty looking. We gotta get you want to kick a ball around. There are 2 swimming pools, and there are a lot of Labatt's Blue.
The whole Rich dynasty is on hand to welcome the players.
See ya. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
This is my dad's house, where when we were kids, this was where we lived. Come on in, we'll take a little walk inside here. We'll show you the inner workings. Chef Will is the executive chef here. Randy is the head groundskeeper. He keeps everything looking pretty around here. Into the living room here. 3 Bob Riches. Here's a picture of him in a board meeting. What you see is what you get. This is my dad's master bedroom here. A few of the players, looks like we're playing shirts and skins today a little bit. He is Lord Bedlington, so his call is final. Exactly.
You've got to be kidding. You can't be serious.
It has been like a fairy tale. I mean, I'll never ever forget this.
People will not believe what we got up to and what we did, and you can't write a book about it really, because nobody will believe it.
If you ask any player honestly, does he want to leave? Who wants to leave this?
Back to training, down on Blythe Beach.
I am going to miss these guys. We've had a lot of fun. They stay out a little later than I do at night.
It's definitely brought it together, and I think that will show next season.
With Bob being involved with our club, I don't think you can put a limit on what can happen. I really don't.
Can we get much higher?
Back at Welfare Park, it's the opening day of the new season.
Your ticket, thank you.
America seems a world away, but a little bit of Buffalo is here to spur the Terriers on.
Well, greetings to you lads from Buffalo, New York, or as it's now known as Bedlington West. A lot of us are missing you very much. We can't wait to see how you do this season. Want to wish you all the best. We'll be watching those scores. Don't make me come over there and give you another pep talk. You come back soon. Bye-bye.
Everything's just coming together and everybody's just so enthusiastic and up for it, you know. Exciting is not the word, to be honest. It's just mind-blowing.